Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear students. Hope all of you are doing well with the grace of Allah and enjoying your summer semester. In today's lecture, boys and girls, we will be discussing negotiable instruments, both for business and corporate law students. The topic is very important. It will increase after going to this lecture. Your understanding regarding negotiable instrument, its meanings, definition, importance in business will increase. When your concepts are clear, you will understand what these terms mean for you. For example, promissory note, bill of exchange, check, and their kinds, and why they are called instruments, and what is their importance from business perspective, and what laws are dealing with these financial instruments, which make our daily business transactions very smooth. Now coming to promissory note, let's start, boys and girls. Promissory note. A promissory note is an instrument in writing, not being a bank note or a currency note, containing an unconditional, no condition with an unconditional undertaking by the person who promise it, signed by the maker who makes it, to pay demand or at fixed or determinable future time certain sum of money to or to the order of certain person or to the bearer of instrument. It may contain name of a certain person to whom that promissory note will be paid, or it may be the payment may be to the bearer, whoever have that instrument. At the time of maturity, he will be paid by the organization who promised the payment, who is the maker or who is the specific individual. Now the person who makes a promissory note and promises to pay amount is called maker. Maker means the noun itself shows that the person who makes what? Promissory note. A person who receives the money is called payee. The person who will receive the money, the amount written on the promissory note at the time of maturity will be called payee of the promissory note. It will be paid by the certain individual or organization himself or through certain bank. Now, what are the essentials of a promissory note? Promissory note again is a contract between two persons in a legal system of any country. For example, in Pakistan we have capital market economy, a free market economy. These instruments are very much part of business in free market economy. There should be writing, the maker, the paying names, promise to pay, unconditional promise, no if and but, signed by the maker, certain maker, a certain individual, very clear, certain organization who will pay, certain individual, or if bearer, then it is like in open promissory note. Certain sum, the sum should be clear in words and in figures, and it should be in Pakistani currency if you float in Pakistan. So these are the essentials. Without these essentials, your promissory note will not be a regular promissory note. It should be made regular by completing any one of the part which is not complete in the promissory note. Now coming to the next slide, boys and girls, hope you are following. Bill of exchange, a very important topic. You all heard about the bill of exchange, especially in exports and imports. The bill of exchange play a very important role. A bill of exchange is an instrument in writing containing an unconditional order signed by the maker, directing certain person to pay on demand or at a fixed or determinable future time a certain sum of money only to or to the order of or a certain person or the bearer of that instrument. The bill of exchange facilitate the trade as the maker direct a certain person, a certain financial institution to pay a certain person on demand, in a fixed future time, date and times, certain sum of money to the person whose name is written on the bill of exchange or to the bearer of the instrument. So a person doing business from Pakistan to USA, he will he will make a bill of exchange and will direct a financial institutions in USA to pay a certain amount of money to a person who sent to him some products through sea or through air. While he receives them, automatically the third party will pay him. So in this way it facilitates the foreign trade. Now there are some aspects, important essentials of bill of exchange. The person who makes the bill of exchange is called drawer. He draws it in favor of someone. The person who direct to pay is called dry. Who is directed to pay is called dry. The person who accepts the bill of exchange is called acceptor. The person who receives the money is called pay. So there are how many parties in it? There are three parties. The person who makes, a businessman from Pakistan, is called drawer. The person who is directed to pay is called dry. Any person, any institution in third country where the trade is occurring between Pakistani businessman and a foreign businessman, the person who accepts the bill of exchange is called acceptor. The financial institution in third country, the person who receives the money, that businessman who is either in USA or in any other country, who will be paid by the financial institution lying in his country. Now what are essentials? Writing, unconditional order signed by drawer, whoever is the maker, certain dry, a specific institution who will pay that amount in the country from where the goods are moved. Let's say they are moved from Japan, they are Toyota cars. A person, a businessman in Karachi, he import them. He will ask Mitsubishi Bank that is dry, that is a certain dry, to pay a certain amount on shipment of goods from Japan to that PI, that is Toyota company. The amount should be certain. It should be in Pakistani currency if the transactions is in Pakistan. But as the example we are discussing, the amount should be in whatever decided between the two businessmen of the two countries, either in dollar, either yuan, that is Japanese currency, or any other currency. I hope you understand today's lecture. In the next lecture we will discuss check. Check is a bit more in detail, and there are different kinds of it. We will discuss it in the coming lecture. Thank you very much for your patient listening. Your questions will be welcomed and answered. Khuda Hafiz, boys and girls.